Hey, I'm Ben the Learner, and today I will explain the tone rules for the tone number 3. Welcome to Benoit Learns Chinese, episode 13. So in episode 10, I reviewed the tone rule for pu and also for yi. But now there's a tone rule really specific to tone number 3. Tone number 3 is the falling rising tone. It's like eh? But it's rarely used like this because there are exceptions, but those exceptions are so often met that the tone number 3 really pronounced at a tone number 3 is almost an exception. The first rule is the easier. It is when a tone number 3 is followed by another tone number 3, it changes for a tone number 2. Here's the example. 你好, which means hi. I learned that I don't have to say 你好, but I can very just say 你好. Same thing for 很好, which means very good. I don't have to say 很好, but just very 很好. And so it's the same logic for 可以, which means can and may, 所以, which means so and therefore, and finally 语法, which means grammar. Now, when there are more than 2 tone 3 together, for instance, 我也很好, it depends on what you want to insist for. But I don't really master that for the moment, so probably I'm gonna just talk about that later in my episode. The other rule is a bit tricky, and when I talk to Chinese people about it, they think about it and they say, yeah, you're right, but you don't really have to. Let me explain. We saw that when a tone number 3 is followed by a tone number 3, it changes for a tone number 2. But when a tone number 3 is followed by any other tone, it changes for a half tone number 3. Meaning that you just pronounce the falling edge of the falling rising. And it's mainly because when you start speaking faster in Chinese, well, you don't take the time to really do the falling and the rising, you just do the half of it. So here are some examples to explain this. I choose 3 sentences. Each of them has a third tone followed by one of the 3 other tones, number 1, number 2, number 4, and finally with a character as a third tone to finish the sentence. And it's really simple sentence, 3 characters each. The first one is 老师早, which means good morning, teacher. Now, of course, I've been told by my Chinese friend I can say 老师早, and they will understand, and especially if I'm starting and I'm learning, and so it's normal I speak very slow, but I can expect to hear 老师早. So as you can listen, the first part is not 老, it's plural 老师. So it's more like the falling edge without pronouncing the rising edge. Same thing for 可能有, which means might have, and 跑不了, which means can't run. Now you may wonder, when do we pronounce the tone 3 completely? Well, like in those sentences, when it's at the end, or maybe when you want to put some importance on a certain word, but I'm not sure of that. I may return to further episode to put more information like for the other one. That was a real pleasure. As you see, the place has changed. It's because I'm back in Canada for those episodes. That's why I didn't produce a lot in the last 2 weeks, but now I'm back. And if you hear some bird noise, it's because I have some birds in the background too. Well, it was a pleasure to do this episode 13, and let's meet up later for episode 14.